Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from southern New Mexico. We're here in the morning, and it's one of those mornings where there's not a lot of people out, but you know what there is? It's a lot of rainbow trout in the Rio Bonito River, here about 15 minutes outside of Ruidoso. We came out here today with one goal and one goal in mind, and that was to catch a bunch of planted rainbow trout and release all them, which is what we did. All of our fish came today on chartreuse baits and chartreuse garlic baits, and there were 3 of them we used today. We started out with chartreuse garlic Pautzke salmon eggs, then we switched over to chartreuse garlic fireballs, and then we switched over to chartreuse garlic fire bait. And you know what? There was one common theme. It didn't matter which one of those 3 baits we used, as long as it had chartreuse and garlic in it, we caught plenty of fish today. Now we also used a different technique we'll go over a little bit later with Joe, where we kind of mixed and matched those 2 baits. But one of the things you got to consider when you come up here, you're not going to catch any trophy fish, but you know what you're going to catch? Lots of beautiful pan-sized rainbow trout. You're going to have an opportunity to pluck your baits in little pools. You're going to have an opportunity to pluck them behind rocks, pluck them in runs, and have a great day minutes outside of a tourist trap where it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness. Was it?
Yeah, same. Alright, as you see, we're not fishing real big systems, but it's real fast water and a lot of dead logs in here. So, you know, when we can run floats, we can, but a lot of these fish are laying right underneath these logs. So as you see, I'm just putting a couple split shots about 18 inches away from my hook and just floating it right down underneath these logs and just been picking trout out. So this is a size 16 caddis hook and the old faithful chartreuse garlic eggs. Now I just been running a single combo on these. Not too hard. Like I said, I'm just floating it down underneath all these dead logs and just picking them right out. Just like that. That's a nice one, dude. Look at that one.
Ooh. There you go.
That's solid.
There it is. Got him.
Right underneath the bank.
Right underneath the cut. That's a nice color down it. There we go. Another Rio Bonito rainbow.
Got him. Oh ho ho. Unbelievable. This fish has got your number, my friend. He's eaten that fire bait 3 times. So guys, what's happening is here, Mike is actually casting 2 places. One, right underneath, there's actually like a undercut bank right there. And then right in the middle right here, there's a little slot where these trout are kind of hanging out. And you can see he's getting hit almost every time. Just having a little bit of a challenge hooking that fish. So this cat and mouse game, so far, this rainbow trout has won. But the game is not over. Problem is, eventually this fish is going to get full.
Got him.
Took the bobber off, first cast, chartreuse garlic fire bait, and there he is.
All right, here we are in the Rio Bonito. So what we're doing right now is actually just using a little little tiny peg float. So I do a snap swivel or swivel, some fluorocarbon. So I'm using 4-pound fluorocarbon, a couple of split shots, and right here just a salmon egg hook. And what I've done with the salmon egg hook is just use a little bit of chartreuse firebait and one of the new Pautzke fireballs and actually run it up the line past the hook. So a lot of you guys are used to using mouse tails, those type of things. Pretty much imitates the same thing. It works almost like a jig in there. It moves around pretty well, and a lot of fish actually hit this thing. It's been awesome so far today. Oh, there it is. Got him. Nice good guy. That's some good colors to him. There we go.
Chartreuse garlic salmon eggs, I tell you what, it's gonna be about to be instant. I tell you, as soon as it hits the water, it gets about 2 bounces on the bottom, it's just boom, full Dorado over it. You know, as you see, we missed a lot, but we have rubber hook days, you know how it goes.
There it is. Yes.
Told you, instant.
I like when you call your shots like that. Just like that. That, folks, is how it's done.
The floppy tuna.
Man.
Got him that time, though.
Got him.
All right, as you see, we took the bobber off, little bottom bouncing on some chartreuse garlic salmon eggs, and tell you what, it drifted about 2 foot. Bam!
We've been just having a great time as far as using chartreuse all day long. So wanted to try something a little different today. So what I ended up doing is actually using a chartreuse fireball, run it through the actual hook and up the line. And it's kind of difficult to do that with a regular salmon egg. That's why we're using the actual fireball to do this. It actually stays on there quite a bit better. Use a little bit chartreuse fire bait, just a little worm type setup. Feed it through, have the line set up this way, and it actually worked phenomenal day underneath a float or with a bottom bouncer.
All right, so Mike's got the same setup that Joe just discussed. Oh, and it got smacked right away. Got him. Oh.